Next, we will discuss about accessibility modifiers. Accessibility modifiers. What is accessibility modifiers? How many types of accessibility modifiers we have? All those we will discuss in this topic. So, what you will learn in this chapter? In this chapter, you will learn different levels of accessibility permissions. And default accessibility modifier of class and its members. And you will learn default accessibility modifier of interface and its members. And you will learn working with accessibility modifiers with package. And also you will learn a rule of protected accessibility modifier. These are the topics you will learn in accessibility modifiers. You will learn different levels of accessibility permissions, and you will learn default accessibility modifier of class and its members, and you will learn default accessibility modifier of interface and its members, and you will learn working with accessibility modifiers with package, and you will learn a rule of protected accessibility modifier. All this you will learn in this chapter. So we will discuss about accessibility modifiers. First, we will see what is accessibility modifiers. What is the definition? What is the definition of accessibility modifiers? Definition of accessibility modifiers. The keywords which define accessibility permissions are called accessibility modifiers. Accessibility modifiers are nothing but they are the keywords which define the permissions you can access or not. For example, a class is there, you can access that class or not, or that class related variables method you can access or not. It defines the permissions. The keywords which define accessibility permissions are called accessibility modifiers. We will see what are the different levels of accessibility permission levels we have in our Java. What are the different levels of accessibility permission we have in Java? Different levels of accessibility permission levels in Java. Different levels of accessibility permission levels. So in Java, Java supports 4 accessibility levels to define accessibility permissions at different levels. We will see what are those 4 accessibility levels. We have only within the class level. We have accessibility permissions at only within the class level, and also we have within the package level permissions, and also we have outside the package but only in subclass by using the same subclass object, and we have permissions, accessibility permissions at all places from project. We will see these 4 levels of accessibility permissions by using 4 types of keywords. First, I will make a note about this. Java supports 4 accessibility levels to define accessibility permissions at different levels. What are those 4 accessibility levels? We will see now. In Java, we have 4 accessibility levels. First one is only within the class. And we have only within the package. And also we have outside the package but only in subclass by using the same subclass object. Fourth is from all places of project. These are the 4 accessibility levels in our Java. For these 4 accessibility levels, we have 4 accessibility modifiers to use. When to use which modifier we will see now. So we will come from lower level to higher level by assuming the class from a project. So you will understand clearly. First what will be there in our program? Class will be there within a class. First, whenever we see Java program, class will be there as first priority. Next, what will be there? Package. So we will write second within the package. Why I have written package at second place means, first class will be there in our Java program and our package consists of lot of classes, some hundreds of classes you can create inside the package. That's the reason our first priority is class. Then higher level of our class is package. Then higher level of package we have outside of package, but only the subclass we will see. Third, outside package but only in subclass, that too only by using subclass reference. This is my third accessibility level. Outside the package but only in subclass, that too only by using subclass reference. We will see with examples how to work with these accessibility modifiers. Just I want to tell you where to use this accessibility modifiers. After explaining all this, I will explain you practically. Next level we have top level. Our top level is anywhere in the project. When it comes to top of any classes, what will be there? Project will be there. Project consists of so many packages. Package consists of classes. That's the reason I'm coming from upside to downside. Higher end we have anywhere in the project. These are the levels of classes. These are the 4 levels of our Java program. So when we come from high level, project will be there. After higher level, if we come down from higher level, third place, outside package but only in subclass. Outside of package but only in subclass, that too only by using subclass reference. These are the levels, accessibility levels in our Java. Then if you come one step down, within the package, what are the accessibility modifiers allowed, we will see now. Then if you come down within the package, classes will be there, so many classes. That's the reason lower level I have written class. So we will see what are the modifiers allowed at these levels. If you go for anywhere in the project, if you want to use anything, any class or variable or method in anywhere in the project, if you want to use those class or variable or method, you have to use public modifier. This is a modifier you have to use if you want to use that class or method or variable. You have to use public keyword, public accessibility modifier keyword. Next, you want to use a class or a variable or a method, but only outside the package, but only in subclass, that too only by using subclass reference. You have to use protected accessibility modifier. Protected accessibility modifier. For third accessibility level, you have to use protected modifier. For second, you want to use that class or that variable or that method only within the package. Then which modifier you have to use? You have to use default accessibility modifier. Next, you want to use that class or variable or method only within a class. You don't want that class or variable or method to access from outside the class. Which accessibility modifier you have to use? You have to use private accessibility modifier. So these are the 4 types of modifiers which we use in our Java. For example, you want to use a class or variable or a method only within a class level, then you have to use private keyword, private accessibility modifier to that class or variable or a method. But if you want to use a class or a method or a variable within that package in any class, then you have to use default accessibility modifier. And for example, you want to use a class or a variable or a method outside the package, but only in subclass of that class, and that too only by using a subclass reference. You have to use protected accessibility modifier. And you have a class or you have a variable or you have a method. That method or class or variable you want to use anywhere in the project. You want to use hundreds of classes which you have in your project. You want to use in all those classes. Then you have to use public accessibility modifier for that class or method or variable. These are the accessibility modifiers and explanation of accessibility modifiers. We will see practically, don't worry. From lower level to higher level. At lower level, you will be having a class. In Java, at higher level, you will be having project. So to understand easily, I have explained you from lower level to higher level. From lower level, you have class. If you go one step up, you will be having package. Package consists of so many classes. If you go one step up, outside package also you will be having classes. Then if you want to use some classes outside of that package, or variable or method outside of that package. So you have to use protected accessibility modifiers. If you come one step up, that is a higher level in Java. That is nothing but a project. A project, if you want to use a class or a variable or a method in anywhere in the project, then you have to use public accessibility modifier. We will see briefly with practically how to use these accessibility modifiers. So I will explain you practically about this accessibility modifiers. So this is my package. Some name package P1. And this package consists of classes, like this is class B, this is class B, and this is class A. For this class A, I will use accessibility modifier public. Next, I have one more package, some name P2. This is my one more package, and this package consists of some classes, like we have class C, which is extending A, extends keyword we use for extending from superclass. This C is a subclass which is extending superclass of A. This is a superclass of class C. I want to create one more class, class D. So these are my packages and classes. We will see which modifier is allowed in which level. So in class A, I will create variables of all accessibility modifiers. First we have private some A variable, and I will create default. To create default level variable, you have to use it empty. You should not write anything. If you don't write anything and if you are creating a variable, that means this is a default variable. Now I want to create protected variable C. Next, I want to create public variable, public D. These are my variables. Which consists of all modifiers. Now we will see which modifier we can get access at which level. So here I have written all the modifiers in our class A. Which accessibility modifier related variable where we can access, where we cannot access, we will see now. First we will see about private accessibility modifier. Private accessibility modifier you can access within this class. At class level A, you can access private A variable inside this class. If you want to access this class A related private variable A outside of this class, for example, you want to access this private A in class B, then this is, for this you will get error. This is a wrong process because you cannot access private related modifier related variable outside of that class. That's the reason if you use private variable related class, you cannot access from another class. Next we will see about default accessibility modifier. Default accessibility modifier you can use at any class, you can use in any class within this package. You have default modifier related variable B. If you want to use this B in class A and class B, then you can get access, you will not get any errors because default modifier is a within package level. Default modifier you can access within package level, and default modifier related variable you can access in any class of that package. This is correct. Next we will discuss about protected accessibility modifier. If you want to access protected accessibility modifier, you can access it within the package in any classes within the package you can access protected related accessibility modifier related variable, and also outside the package you can access this protected C variable outside the package but only in the subclasses of A. You can access this protected C only in the subclasses of A. Do we have subclasses for A? Yes. Class C extends A. Class C is subclass extending from A. That's the reason our protected C is accessible for class C. But we have a rule here. You can access only by using subclass object reference, means C object reference. Only by using C object reference you can access that protected C variable. And if you want to access this protected C variable from class A to class D, you cannot access because class D is not subclass of class A and you don't have any relationship with class A and class D. That's the reason you cannot access this protected C from class A to class D of another package. This is wrong. Next we have public. Whatever the variable or class you are using with public accessibility modifier, you can access that variable or method at in hundreds of classes in anywhere of your project. You can access this public related variable anywhere in the project. You can access D in class C, and also you can access this public D in class D also. You can access public related accessibility modifier related variable anywhere in the project. This is the brief explanation about our accessibility modifier with example. Now we will see all this coding related part in our, we will execute all these classes. We will see practically. I will show you by creating classes with all these modifiers. Now we will see all these concepts practically. We will create a Java class and we will see how private. Just open Notepad, create a new Java class, new class some sample 2. This is my class. In this I will create private default protected public variables and I will see accessing those variables. Public, first we will create private int a is equal to 10. This is my private variable. And next, default. I'm writing just whatever I explained here. We are seeing practically. If you are feeling like if you get any doubt, if you are feeling like you are getting any doubts, you can message me. I will reply you within 24 hours. Int b is equal to 20. This is default variable, means package level variable. Next we will create protected. Int c is equal to sum 30. Next we will create public. Int d is equal to sum 40. This is, so we will put it. Yeah, now it is good. This is my protected variable, and this is my public variable. Next we will create main method, public static void main, string array args. This is my main method. Inside this main method, we will create our class object sample2 s1 s2 is equal to new sample2. This is my sample2 class object. Why I am creating object? Because all these are non-static variables. To access non-static variables, you have to create object, right? That's the reason I am creating this class object. If you want to access static variables, you can access directly. All this we have seen in our variables lectures in before lectures. We have already learned all this. Next we will print all those variables system.out.println s2.a. Next I want to print b, s2.b. Next we will print c. Next we will print d. So what we are doing here is I am creating a class with all types of accessibility modifiers variables. I am creating a variables with accessibility modifiers. All 4 accessibility modifiers I am using here. Then I am printing by creating this class object. We will see whether all these values will be printed on my console or not. Just save it, Ctrl S. sample 2.java. Now we will execute this class. Javac sample 2.java. My program has successfully compiled. Now I will execute this program. Java sample 2. So A, B, C, D, all my values are printing because I am printing all these variables from same class level. That's the reason all the variables are printing without any errors. Now we will see we will access this private variable from another class. We will get error because private variable you cannot access from outside of that class. I will show you by creating a class. Just create a new class sample 3. This is my class. Inside this class I will create a method public static void main string array args. Inside this main method we will create sample2 class object and we will see how many variables we can execute from other class from sample2 class, and where we will get error we will see. For private variable we will get error because we cannot access private variable from here. We have seen private variables you cannot access from other classes. We will get error. We will see now. Sample2 s2 is equal to new sample2. This is my A, this is my B, this is C, this is D. I want to print A, B, C, D from this sample2 class by creating sample2 object. We will get error for this A variable because it is a private variable in sample2 class. We will save this program. Sample3.java. Now we will execute this class. Javac sample3.java. You can see here it is showing me, I think we have written this is capital letter. Now save it. Go to command prompt. Javac sample3.java. Now here you can see A has private access in sample2. That's the reason you cannot access that A variable from sample3 class. This is a error. So you have to remove it from this class. Now save it. Go to command prompt. Javac sample3.java. Now it is successfully compiled. Javac sample3. Java sample 3. Here you can see B20, C30, D40. All B, C, D are printing from my sample 3. This is how we can work with private variables. Next we will create a package level classes and we will see accessibility permissions from packages. Just create a new class. Public class. I will name this class as A. Inside this class I will create private int A is equal to 10. Next I will create default variable int B is equal to 20. Protected int C is equal to 30. Next public int D is equal to 40. We will print all these values from main method. Public static void main string array args. From this main method I will create my A class object. A is equal to new A. Here we will print all those variables. This is A dot A dot B, A dot C, A dot D. B, C, D. So here I want to print this A, B, C, D values. So I want to execute this class as a package level class. To execute this class as a package level class, you have to give package name for this class. How you will give package? You have to give package name. You can give any name. So I'm giving some P1. This is my package name. Now we will save it. A.java. Now we will execute this program. Java C A.java. My program has successfully compiled, but you should not use Java C A.java directly because it is not a simple class. It is a package with class. To compile package with class, to create a package, like now I have compiled my class, it will just, we will save it. Now we will execute this class. Just open command prompt. Now we have to compile it, but this is not a simple class. This is a package level class. To compile a package level class, you have to use command like java c -d. You have to use -d dot, then you have to use class name. This creates a package for our classes. Now it has successfully compiled and it will create a package. You can see here. It has created a P1 folder. It has given P1 name because we have given our package name as p1. That's the reason it has created a package with p1. You have to use this command javac -d dot a dot java. Now we will execute this class. How we will execute? You have to use package name to execute a package level class. Java, our package name is p1 dot, our class name is a. This is how we can execute package level classes. Now it is printing a is equal to 10, b20, c30, d40. All the variables it is printing. Now we will create another class within the same package. We will see which variables we can access from same package but another class. Just go to Notepad. We will create one more class, new class. First we have to give package name, package. I want to give same package name because we want to see different class from same package. Class B. Inside this class, public static void main string array args. Inside this, we will create a class object. A is equal to new a. Then I will print all my variables from B class. We will see where we will get error. We will get error for a dot a because it is a private variable. We cannot access any private variable from different classes. Either it is same package or different package. So here you will get error for a dot a. Just save it. Control S. B dot java. Now just go to command prompt. javac -d dot b dot java. It is showing me a has private access in a. So you cannot access private variable from different class, whether either it is same package classes also you cannot access from different classes. If it is same package or different package, you cannot access from another class. Just remove it. Save it. Now execute it. javac -d dot b dot java. Now it has successfully compiled. We will execute this. Java, our package name p1 dot class b. So it is executing b20, c30, d40. This is how we can work with package level classes. Next we will see accessing all these 4 members from another package from subclass. We have discussed when I explained this program. Now we are seeing accessing above 4 members from one package. In class A package p1 I have these variables. All these variables I want to access from different package. We will see whether we can access or not. Create a new class. I want to give package name as p2. Here I want to use another package level variables. To use another package level variables, you have to import it to this package, right? To import those package, you have to use import. What is our package name? p1 dot. Which class you want to use? I want to use a class. That's the reason you have to use import p1 dot a. Next you have to create class C extends A. I am creating a class C which is extending from A. A is superclass of my C class. C is my subclass of A class because my C is extending from A. C is subclass of A. Here I will create a main method public static void main. Inside this I will create A class object is equal to new A. Now we will print all those 4 variables. So I want to print all these 4 variables, but you cannot print these 4 variables. We will see one by one. You cannot print A variable because A is having private access in package p1.a. You cannot access private variables from one class to another. And you cannot print B. Why? Because B is not a public in package p1. B is not a public. That's the reason you cannot access it from one package to another package. And you cannot print C because C has protected. Here for C we are using protected. Protected you cannot access in another package. So you will get error for these 3 lines. Only you can print A dot D because for D variable we have public accessibility modifier, means you can access it from any package anywhere in the project. We have discussed all this. Now we will execute this program. Just save it. Class name C dot Java. Now we will execute our class Java C hyphen D dot C dot Java. See, here you got error for A because A has private access in A, and you got error for B because B is not public in A. All this I have explained to you just now. C has protected access in A. That's the reason you cannot access C from another package. Now we will remove these 3 lines. Just go to our project directory, open command prompt. Just compile it java c hyphen d dot package name p2 dot c c dot java. Now my class has successfully compiled java package name p2 dot c. Now it is executing my d value has 40. We are getting output as whatever we have written. D we are accessing because D is public in my A class. So we have one more point to discuss. Here you can access protected C from class C. Only by using C object reference you can access this protected value. We will see how it works. First I will create C object, this class object C1 is equal to new C. By using this object we cannot access A and B because A as private and B as default. We can access by using subclass reference only C value and D value. By using this reference, you have to call your variable c1.c, c1.d. Just save it, Ctrl S, go to command prompt, compile it again, java c -d dot class name c dot java. It has successfully compiled java p2 dot c. Now you can see it is printing my d value 40, c30, d40, because here I have written d value from A class, and by using this subclass reference means the C class. The C class is subclass of A. By using this subclass reference, I am accessing C value and D value. C value I am accessing because it is protected. D value I am accessing because it is public. You can access from anywhere in this project. So next we have one more point to discuss. We have class D. We will see that 4 members, like we have private, default, protected, public. We will see we can access from another package normal class, whether we can access all these variables from another package, this class D. But D is not a subclass of A or C. D is a normal class. From this normal class, we will see we can access all these variables or not. First we will create a class, new, package. This is P2 package. Import P1 dot A. Next class D. Inside this D class, public static void main. Inside main I will write string array args. This is my main method. Inside this main method, I will create a class object is equal to new A. We will print all these variables. Now you will get error for A.A because A is private, you cannot access. B also you will get error because it is not public. C also you will get error because C has protected access in package p1.a. You can access D because D is public. You can access D in any class of that current project. We will see we will get error or not. Just save it. D.java. Now we will execute it. Java C -d dot d.java. You can see here clearly it is showing me A has private access, you cannot access. B is not public, C has protected. Whatever I have discussed, you are seeing it or not? Yes. So I will remove all these 3 statements, save it, Ctrl S. Now go to command prompt, java c -d dot d.java. Program has successfully compiled. Now I will execute it, java p2.d. Here it is showing me 40. That means 40 I can access from anywhere of this project, D value. So we will see whether I can access C or not. C variable is protected. protected variable I can access from another package which is subclass of that class. But my D is not subclass of that A class. So I want to print that C value by creating C object. C1 is equal to new C. Here you will get error for C. This I have to call with C1 reference. Here you will get error for C. Why? Because here clearly we have discussed to access C protected variable which is C, that class means C class have to be subclass of A, means this class. Here you are accessing C value because C is subclass of A, and by using C reference you are accessing C, but D is not subclass of A. That's the reason you cannot access this C protected variable. I forgot to save it. Now I am saving. Control S. Now we will compile again. Java C -d dot d dot Java. Here clearly you are seeing C has protected access in A. That means you cannot print C. So you have to remove it because D is not subclass of A. Now save it. Control S. Go to command prompt. Java C -d dot d dot Java. Now it has successfully compiled. We will execute Java p2 dot d. Here it is printing D40 D40. D it is printing with A and D it is printing with C. D you can access from anywhere because D is a public accessibility modifier variable. This is how we can work with accessibility modifiers in our Java classes. Thank you.